Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
All right, we have another player in this lawsuit that cities like Tuscaloosa and Mountain Brook want to get involved in. And also the big mayors want to get involved in as well, apparently. They don't like the way that the sales tax is being divvied up. So a candidate for mayor in Hoover, Nick Derzis, has decided he wants them to join the lawsuit as well so they can get more tax revenue for their city. Now, their problem is that the state divvies up the money based on population as opposed to where the purchases are made, meaning taxpayer dollars spent in Hoover aren't staying in Hoover, they're going elsewhere. They should also be mad that the state's taking a cut of that. That might also be worth them being upset about. But if they want to change this, the lawsuit, again, is not the answer. And I'm going to keep saying this because this is a consistent position I hold. Let your legislators change the law, not courts.
Number 6.
All right, guys, this is important stuff. The Space Command is totally coming to North Alabama. United States Senator Katie Britt expressing continued confidence that the U.S. Space Command headquarters will be relocated to Huntsville after years of political controversy. We've seen Donald Trump tell Dale Strong, hey, it's coming. And now we have Katie Britt talking about this yesterday on Yaffe's program, saying, I am confident that we will return Space Command to Alabama. I like how she said that. I have no doubts, and I'm hopeful that will come soon. Tommy Tuberville basically said the same thing as well. Obviously, Huntsville and Redstone Arsenal were the location that should have been chosen. Britt continued, and this is good. So we're continuing to see this, and the assessment did choose North Alabama again and again and again. Colorado was 5th. It is time for us to figure this out and get this done. Hopefully Donald Trump pulls the trigger on this, Pete Hegseth, and whoever else is involved.
Number 5.
Guys, this story is disturbing. We are now up to, I believe, 7 people who abused at least 10 children in a horrific sex trafficking ring. They were using animal shock collars on children's genitals. They were doing it to punish them and for their own sexual pleasure. This was happening in a bunker, and there were a lot of people involved in this. It's very sad. 10 victims between the age of 3 and 15 that were victimized as far back as 2022. It was in an underground bunker. And it is incredible that this continues to be talked about because it continues to grow. Why? Because they knew they were on to the investigation and they didn't want the people to, quote, scatter like rats. So they've arrested 7 people total who were involved in this in a converted basement that they used to punish kids. These people all need the death penalty.
Number 4.
FBI is reporting 11 arrests and immigration raid on Loxley construction site. It is the second raid on a construction site in Baldwin County where schools were being built. And it's funny, Eddie Tyler, the superintendent of Baldwin County Schools, is saying, our contracts with our construction projects require compliance with federal law, and at this time we have no indication of any wrongdoing. Here's the indication of wrongdoing. Ready? Here we go. They're arresting people at your construction sites over and over and over again. Now, is this the fault of the school system? No. Is this the fault of the construction company? Probably, because they're hiring these individuals, but it's also the fault of the hiring process that allows this to happen. A lot of it is done through temporary workers, although I don't know that for sure about this particular issue. But there's a reason why they keep targeting these sites.
Number 3.
Tommy Tuberville, Governor-elect Tommy Tuberville, Governor-elect Coach United States Senator Tommy Tuberville, he is telling people you need to lawyer up. He's ready for this, and he's correct. Quote, what a colossal cover-up this has been. I got here right after Joe Biden took office, and it has been a disaster. With most Republicans watching this go down, it's a huge cover-up. They tried to push a narrative. Basically, they want to change our country into something that it's not. They want to take all the ability of Republicans as Americans to keep our country going in the right direction, but the mainstream media, the Democrats, and a few Republicans that push the narrative that let's do it the right way. Let's make sure we're doing the right thing. It has been something that has been shocked since I've been here, and now I've finally seen things start to leak out, the truth of what really happened. So, if you were involved in this, they're starting to see what actually went down there with Hillary Clinton's emails and the way the intelligence community manipulated us.
Number 2.
And let's talk about the way the intelligence community manipulated us. Much to the chagrin of CNN, which cut away from the press conference, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has said that a trove of documents the Trump administration has recently declassified show a gross politicization and manipulation of intelligence by the Obama administration. Now, our friends in the media want to kind of frame this like it's just an allegation. But just, again, keep in mind, they were involved in the spreading of this. Okay? That's the truth. The real truth here, though, appears to be that Russia had a lot of negative intel on Hillary Clinton it sat on because it wanted her to win. And that includes her heavy tranquilizer use. So Hillary Clinton, I guess, had fits of rage and they were drugging her up. That's the allegation they're making. And they have documents that show it.
Now, time for the number 1 thing you'll be talking about today.
All right, the big news yesterday, and again, I could do this with almost any story. I can. There's a story out of Tennessee right now where a Franklin man, a poor illegal immigrant, was taken away and taken from his family. Yeah, but he had a DUI, and that's why he lost his immigration status. Okay, he was an illegal immigrant, and he got a DUI, and now he's arrested. But they're just, oh, Franklin man done nothing wrong. Great. Here's another perfect example of that kind of framing. Donald Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files. That is according to the Wall Street Journal. Go look at it. Their headlines are pretty amazing. Their headline, exclusive. The Justice Department told President Trump in May that his name is among many in the Epstein files, which is correct. That's the reporting of the story. But it downplays the fact that buried in this story are the following lines. And I want to share this with you because I think this is important, but it's not reported by the media in depth. It's in the story, so they cover themselves. But this is what it actually said. They told the president at the meeting that the files contained what officials felt was unverified hearsay about many people, including Trump, who had socialized with Epstein in the past. Some of the officials said. One of the officials familiar with the document said they contain hundreds of names. And continuing. Ready? In May, Bondi Center deputy informed the president at a meeting in the White House that his name was in the Epstein files. Many other high-profile figures were also named, Trump was told. Being mentioned in the records isn't a sign of wrongdoing. The official said it was a routine briefing that covered a number of topics, and Trump's appearance in the documents wasn't the focus. Again, is that how the media is handling it? Is that how they're framing it? No. They're framing it as Trump's in the documents and he's screwed. That's how they're framing it. That Trump has done something wrong. These people are liars. I'm sick of having to defend Donald Trump. I hate it. I hate this. But these people are disingenuous to their core, and it has to be talked about every single time this stuff comes up. If I know looking at a headline that I can go 6 paragraphs in and find something that changes the entire story, you shouldn't write the story the way you write the story. But that's what they do. Let's take a quick timeout. You can continue to get your thoughts in on the scoutpestcontrol.com WVNN hot take text line 866-494-WVNN. Get your questions in for 10 with him as well. Politics, personal, pop culture, pro wrestling, you name it. SummerSlam's right around the corner. Maybe get some questions about that. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Get WVNN stale checks and 7 things you should be talking about today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.